a toy entrepreneur and expert in the field.
Every product we develop is really inspired by some of the real life experience that we have with our son.
60% of all toys last year were sold on Amazon, which is incredible.
Be passionate about it because it's a road, it's a journey.
Like when you have an idea that you think is like gonna somewhat like change the world, make things better, I'd say go for it.
We'll guide you through the enchanting world of toy design, marketing, and manufacturing. Now let the unboxing begin.
Welcome back to another episode of Toy Business Unboxed podcast. I'm your host, Jason Shea. Today's guest is Dan, the National Sales Director for Watchitude, a brand known for a colorful, collectible watches and creative kids product. With background in printing, packaging, and product development, Dan has really helped grow the company into a strong specialty retail brand with broad appeal. So thank you so much for joining us on today's show today, Dan.
Thanks, Jason. Nice being here.
Yeah, so for those of our audience that's hearing about your brand for the first time, can you kind of just share with us a little bit about the brand, what you guys do, the little bit of the story behind it?
Me and my partner were in the printing and packaging business for many, many years, and we used to do production overseas in Asia. Yes. So for many years, we watched other people do what we're trying to do now, and that's for the most part how the background sort of helped us to get to where we are today.
I see. And why? I guess let's go a little bit deeper. Why do you even started this business with your partner? Like, what was the story behind that?
Well, the story. The printing business was a failing business, and 10, 12 years ago, we saw that the internet was really thinning out margins in the printing and packaging business. So we always had a goal of bringing in product instead. So, we had an event happen in our other business, and it spurred us to just start. And we came up with a plan and just started. Yeah.
I see. Got it. And what are some of the first product you launched when you first started?
Well, the Slapwatch was our original product. That's why the company is named Watchitude. So before we did anything else, all we had were Slapwatches. That was our first product. Yes.
I see.
Yeah.
Got it. And were you a product designer by trade, or how do you come up with the product idea?
Not really. The funny thing is I'm just a salesperson by trade. I am a graphic designer, although not a very good one. But I do know how to use a computer. But no, I'm essentially just a salesperson by trade. But luckily, my partner is a very creative person. So he leads the product development team, and we're a good fit in that regard.
I see.
Yeah.
And why do you design this? First of all, let's tell the audience a little bit about this product, because what does it do and why? How does it help? So,
what are you talking about? My Slapwatch?
Yes.
Well, the Slapwatch, when it first came out, was obviously very unique. There were not a lot of kids' watches out there. The Swatch watch phenomenon from when I was a kid was so popular that we thought we could sort of recreate that craze from the 80s. So we made a lot of loud designs, and we tried to make the line very wide, and that was our initial intent.
I see. And since you originally launched the product, I'm pretty sure there's different version or different improvement that you have made to the product as well. How is the product has evolved over time, over the years?
Well, the original Slapwatch, I can tell you, it hasn't changed much. We've changed the box several times, and we've made little adjustments here and there to the housings, but the actual product itself has not changed much since the original one. The company has, but that product itself has been pretty consistent over the years.
Okay. And I did some research. You say it's also compatible with the Apple AirTag, so the parent can.
Well, that's a different product.
That's a different one.
That's our Tagged 2 product, which is an AirTag accessory. So there we combined an Apple AirTag with our watch, and so we're able to pair those two together to make a new product, which is just launched recently.
Ah, I see, I see. So that's a newer one. I see.
Yes,
Got it. Okay.
correct.
So
Yeah.
you have so many different product in the product line, obviously. And
Yeah,
I know the
thousands.
company as a whole is very design driven. How do you decide which trend to follow when you're like launching new product, coming out with new product development idea?
You know, that's a very tricky question.
Mhm.
Ideally, when it comes to trends, you really want to onboard early if you can.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to take a risk earlier than you want to, but it
Yeah.
also depends on who is telling me about this trend. So
Okay.
if
Okay.
I'm hearing from a lot of my customers saying you need to make a palm tree watch or a palm tree whatever,
Yeah.
we'll fast track it to the design room to see what's going on versus
Hmm.
maybe catching a wind online or hearing it from maybe a third party. So it also
Hmm.
depends on who I'm hearing it from as to how
Yeah.
fast we will jump on it or perhaps let it
Mhm.
pass by.
I see. I see. I see. Got it. Got
Yeah,
it. Got it. Yeah.
yeah.
And what is your goal like annually? Do you have like a target for how many product you're launching every single year right now as a company?
Obviously the goal of any company is success. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
that my goals are having successful sales and product launches
Mhm.
all year. Obviously we're involved in a lot of philanthropic organizations. So,
Yeah.
our goal is to also help people as well. So, we have
Mhm.
multiple things we're trying to accomplish every year. Obviously, with greater sales equals greater giveaway. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
we can do one thing helps the other.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I want to kind of dive a little bit deeper into that because obviously there's a lot of different way that you can sell toys and game product. What are some of
Right.
the channel that's working for you, and what are you currently focusing on that's working for your business?
For the last 10 years or so, I'd say my bread and butter has been specialty toy sales.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And specialty toy sales are everything from your mom and pop
Mhm.
toy stores to gift shops and a
Yeah.
lot of zoos and aquariums. Just a
Yeah.
lot of different customers across the board. So
Mm, I see.
um, that is where our strong suits are, and then we're doing some mid-tier key accounts, things like that. So the name is getting out there because the stores are becoming bigger for us. Every year they become a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger. So the company is evolving.
So
Yes.
B2B is still your main focus. Do you do a lot of direct to
B2B
consumer as
this
well?
year, I'd say B2B is my main focus. We do have another channel of sales that gets handled by other people, which is
Yeah.
B2C,
Yeah.
and we do have a lot of live streaming that our social media group does,
Oh, nice.
and
Okay.
that
Okay.
spurs a lot of online sales and B2C and collecting and all those kinds of things.
I see. I
So
see.
yeah, that's
I'm not,
not my world, but yeah, there's we have been
I
very
see.
successful doing that thanks to some key people we brought in. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Congratulations. Is it
Thank you.
mostly what other channel that's working for you? I guess that's like the question that almost all the business owner want to figure out. Is like, okay, what area should I spend my time and
Well,
focus
yeah, well, social media, but we
on?
have a couple of we have a new dedicated person who's been doing live podcasts and reaching out to customers directly, and it's
Mhm.
been working.
Oh,
It's
okay.
been growing organically and has been working for us. So it's
Nice.
not my
Okay.
focus, but it's
Mhm.
hard to ignore. It's there, and it's not going anywhere soon. So we're happy
For
about
sure.
it. Yeah, and it
I see.
spreads
I
the
see.
word. So
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Social media. Do
yeah,
you also do it on TikTok as well? What are some of the
yeah,
channel you do?
that's where we're doing a lot of it on
Mhm.
TikTok. Yeah.
Oh, is it on
So a lot of
TikTok right now?
TikTok lives and things of
Mhm.
that nature.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I see, I see, I see. And for you as like one of the main like partner, like what are some of your vision for the next few years for the business and where do you want it to go?
Like I said, I would love to spread to bigger stores while still
Mm.
keeping my specialty base humble and keeping them with
Yeah,
all new product and things of that nature. So it's hard to keep everybody happy, but essentially
yeah.
that is my goal as we grow is to make sure all my customers, big and small, know that they're all still important and keep them all flowing nicely. Yeah.
Do you still personally attend a lot of those like business trade show yourself, or do you have a
All of
whole
them.
team for that?
Yeah. Yeah, my job and I do love doing it is actually going on the road, interacting with customers and reps and really being
Okay.
the face of the company.
I see.
Even
Okay.
as we get bigger, I do enjoy it. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm on the road, engaging, right on the front lines there.
What
Yeah.
are some of the main show that you recommend other like toy and business to potentially participate, and which one
You
have
know
the
the
highest
you know the
ROI for
the
you?
I do a ton of gift shows,
Oh, gift
and
shows. Okay.
I'd say the biggest ones of those are Atlanta, Dallas, and Las
Mhm.
Vegas.
Okay.
And of course, I do a lot of toy shows as well. So,
Hmm.
Astro, for example,
Yeah.
and we do New York Toy Fair, and
Hmm.
of course the Northeast Toy Show. So
Did
those
you
are the
go
three
into?
main toy
You also
shows.
go to the Nuremberg Toy Fair in Germany each year?
Yes, yes, that is attended by my partner. So,
Oh, okay, okay,
yeah,
okay.
so yeah, we do the Nuremberg show also, and that
Mhm.
my partner attends that show in Germany. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. That one I also personally attended myself.
Yes, I don't do that personally, but
Yeah,
yeah, we have somebody there,
I
and
see.
he has a team of people based in Germany that help him there. Yeah.
Ah, I see, I see, I see, I
Hmm.
see.
Yeah.
So I guess since you have so much experience on the trade show side, I think this is something maybe we can unplug a little, unbox a little bit, because I
Sure.
think some of our listeners, they are kind of new to the industry. Well, maybe they did one or two trade shows so far, or a few. They definitely didn't do as much as you did. So what are
Yeah.
some of the lessons learned? Like if someone that's pretty new to this B2B trade show kind of ecosystem, what are some of the major takeaway and like things to watch out for someone
And
that's new?
you on the show side, or you mean in
Yes,
general?
on the show. On the show, yeah.
Well, on the show side, just don't overextend yourself.
Okay.
Start small, be small. No one starts big overnight.
Yeah.
You can make a big splash if you want, and hopefully they embrace you. But a lot
Mhm.
of these shows are just being around. And
Mm.
if you're around long enough, people notice you. And if
Mhm.
you're nice and you're good, then people notice you quicker.
Mhm.
But I think just being there and being part of the specialty toy community is
Mhm.
the first step to getting noticed by the people you want buying your product.
I see. Yeah, I do agree with that, because I think there's a lot of networking that's also happening after the show floor
Of
is closed
course.
too. That you can attend a lot of the different networking events, get to meet other sales rep or even retail store owners, and just get to know people in the industry as well.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
That
that's the goal, right?
Yeah, I think that's the part that the white people go to the show is still that
Hmm.
human connections that is hard to replace by the digital meetings and all that. It's just
That's
different.
true.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Face to
and
face is a really ideal way to get those things done.
yeah. Yes. Well, that's why people still go to the show, right? Otherwise, we
Of
can just do it
course.
online. We just have a
Exactly.
giant Zoom meeting with 100 people in it, but it's
True.
probably not going to work very well. So, yeah. But how do you? But going back to your product line, so obviously you mentioned that you're also working on a lot of different products and all that. And on your product line, how do you keep your product line feel fresh without losing some of the core identity of the brand?
You know, our DNA is fun. And
Mhm.
and but when I point to how we're keeping it fresh, I just say design, design, design,
Mhm.
design.
Design. Okay. Okay.
Our design development department is really what keeps our engine humming, and they're great at what
Oh,
they do. And I'm so impressed they come out with this great stuff, all the time. So
oh yes.
that's yeah, I depend on them for that, and they do a
I
great
see.
job. So yeah,
I
yeah,
see. I see. Just
yeah.
curious, how big is your team right now? How many full-time
We
employees?
have in the States 8 full timers
Oh, eight.
and
Okay. Okay.
one in Asia.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
And
Yeah.
of course, we're always bringing in, if we have big projects coming up, I bring in some temporary people if I need to. So,
I see. I see.
it fluctuates. And like I said, we're growing. So,
Yeah.
you never know how big the team will be this time next year. Hopefully, much
For
bigger.
sure. For sure. For sure. Yeah. It's just. I think it's just on how do
Yeah,
we make sure people are empowered so they can do more
true.
work. I think even before this recording, we're talking about all the AI processes I'm building for my own businesses and with my own team as well.
Yeah,
Since we have about 20 plus employees, it's just a lot of people, a lot of hands into into
sure
everything.
is.
So
The
it's
more
hard to
people, the
organize.
more,
So
the
yeah,
more things you're dealing with. So, you know that
100%.
more than anybody.
For sure, for sure, for sure. So, and I guess one more thing I want to ask is, for you, based on like your experiences in the industry right now, if you're coming in like today, like as a newcomer, what will be the thing you were focusing on if you restarted your business like today in 2026?
You know, I mean, if I were, talking to somebody who was fresh in the industry, because this was when I started this company, we were fresh in the industry, toy industry too. We didn't know a lot of things. I would say ask questions,
Hmm.
because there's a lot of people around that are willing to help, and once you figure out how the system works, it's just a
Hmm.
matter of product and plugging it in. So
Yeah.
my advice would say ask questions to anybody and everybody who will give you advice, and then the more you know, the more prepared you are for the problems that come up. Yeah,
Okay, that's a
yeah.
good advice. And I guess the best way to do that is attend one of those trade shows.
Well, like I said, yeah,
Yeah,
be
yeah,
be around. If you're around, like I said, being
yeah.
around, you'll be interacting with people constantly. And I'm not
Mm,
just talking about other manufacturers, store owners, reps,
yeah. Yes,
manufacturers. There's all people that are all a big piece of the puzzle, and they're all willing to help you. If you're willing to ask questions and learn.
Yeah. And over the year, what are some of the things that you noticed since you first started in the industry that's very different when you first started?
Well, like I said, the more you learn, the easier things will be to navigate. So,
Hmm.
uh, I have learned to be able to spot product. That's something that's easy to
Okay.
do after you've been
Okay.
around a while.
Yeah,
Of
yeah,
course, I'm not 100%. You think you know what's good, what the winners are and the losers are,
yeah.
but um, so that seems to come a little bit easier than the past, and of
Hmm.
course, the networking.
Okay.
If you have problems now, I've learned to network when I have questions,
Mm,
and being that customers want to see stuff from us, new stuff from us more than ever,
yeah.
networking is more important because then I can run by products to store owners or to reps, and at the end of the day, everybody has to buy in, not just me. So
I see. I see.
the bigger your network is, the more people you have to bounce ideas off of and to ask questions to.
True. So looking back, will you say that is that one of the biggest reason of your success so far? Is it the networking, or is it any other strategy that you'll say like, oh, this is the main
When it
reason?
comes to the specialty success, I tell
Yeah.
you, I will, I'll start with the reps and
Hmm.
end with the retailers,
Hmm.
because they're all a big part of the process. And if
Yeah.
one of those people doesn't buy in,
Yeah.
um, it doesn't work. If the rep
Mm,
doesn't buy in, the retailer won't see it, and if the retailer doesn't buy in, then the customer won't see it. So if everybody's on the same page, then the process is much smoother. And
yeah.
like I said, without an army of reps to go out there and show the product,
Yeah.
and show their customers, what do I really have? So
Mhm.
I'd say my team of reps and my team of retailers is really what makes my company move on a daily basis.
I see. So I want kind of dive at like I want to actually introduce a little bit of a controversial topic because I know fair has been big in the industry and it
Correct.
actually disrupt a lot of the old way of doing businesses, obviously. Like and from your reservation, like your observation based on your own business was the dynamic between the rep, the retail store, where pretty much fair is an online version of all that
Yeah.
that people
Yeah.
can do. Like, what are some of the things that you notice, and how have you adapt with some of the latest like technology and like software tool that people's using in the industry right now?
Well, I could tell you Fair was most definitely a disruptor,
Hmm.
and most people in my boat love Fair.
Okay.
And of course, a lot of people, including the reps, probably don't love Fair as much.
Yeah. Yeah.
However, what we've done is we've embraced Fair.
Okay.
I've told my reps that if it's, if your customer is on Fair and they're buying from me, I want to take care of the rep. I don't want to cut
Yeah.
the rep out. The relationship
Mm.
wasn't started by Fair.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
started by the rep. So if I
Yeah.
use both
Okay.
optimally, then it works to my advantage. And be honest with
Okay.
you, if a
That's
rep
very
can't get
smart.
to a customer and a
Yeah.
customer can write an order on Fair, the rep is still doing, and they don't even know it.
Okay.
So many
Yeah.
companies don't pay on Fair accounts, on Fair
Yeah.
orders. We do,
Oh, you
because
do. Okay.
I
Okay.
want to
Okay.
work with the rep. I don't want to
I
work
see.
against the rep or compete with my reps. I want to work
Yeah.
with them. So that's something we do, for our reps. Yes.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing that. And I think that's also one of the key reasons to your success, because you value relationship more than just the profit, which is very important, and that's
Well,
kind of rare.
one thing I learned my first year of doing this is that if you're not a nice person, people don't want to work with you. That includes the reps. So, you want to be
Yeah,
friendly with
yeah,
everybody, because you know what?
okay.
People don't, and no matter how good your product is, one product doesn't make one rep or one store.
True.
It's the body of work. So it's
Yeah,
easy for
for
them
sure.
to not communicate with you or to not sell your item if they're not if you're not on board with a team effort.
Okay. Yeah, that's a really
So
good solid advice.
that's
And
how
thank
I
you so
feel
much.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and thank you so much for sharing the way you handle it, because a lot of people just don't know how to handle that.
Well,
It's
it's a
kind of
small
a tricky.
industry.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
when you piss people off, word travels
yeah.
fast, and it
Uh,
travels just as fast when you do nice things. So
true, true,
easy
true, true.
decision for us.
For sure. Okay, that totally makes sense. So thank you so much for
Yeah.
sharing that. Is there anything else that has been working really well for your business that you would like to share with the audience, so they have some fresh inspiration on how to grow their business as well?
Well, I'd say, be original.
Mm,
We don't
okay.
like to copy other people's products. It's just not how we do things. We
Yeah.
try to make good items. It has to be a quality item to fit in our line, and it's
Okay.
got to be, of course, fun. If it's not fun and excitable, and then no one is going to want it. So
Of course.
if you
Yeah.
put everything together, then it really makes things work. But
Mm,
again, you want good items, you want original items, even if you take an existing item and make it better somehow. So
yeah.
we
Yeah.
do a lot of that. I'll take a bag and customize it somehow to make it a little bit
Mhm.
different, a little bit more Watchitude.
I
So
see. I see.
that's how we come up with some of our items, by just taking existing things and making them more exciting or make them more fun for kids.
I see. Okay. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for sharing that.
Yeah.
So, as we're kind of wrapping up today's conversation today, if our audience want to learn a little bit more about you and your business online, where is the best place for people to find you at?
Well, I mean, our stuff can be found at watchitude.com. And you can do a number of things there, such as learn about our products, find the nearest
Mhm.
store where you can sell it, and of course, learn a little bit about what we do, how long we've been doing it, etc.
Got
So I
it.
would
Okay.
teach them there. Also, we're on social media, Facebook, TikTok,
Mhm.
um, you know, and all the rest. So I would, check out all our social media pages, and
Mhm.
you also learn a lot there too.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much. We'll make sure we can include that in the show note. And thank you so much for your time today, sharing your experience, your story, and your knowledge with our audience
Yeah,
today.
thank you, Jason. I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, and thank you for our audience for tuning into this episode of Toy Business Unboxed podcast. I hope today's conversation gave you some practical insight and fresh inspiration for growing your own toy or game businesses. This podcast is proudly sponsored by Toy Launch, a leading marketing and growth partner for toys and game companies. At Toy Launch, we help brands scale on Amazon and beyond through full service account management, advertising, SEO, creative, catalog optimization, influencer marketing, and more. If you're looking for a proven team that both understand the toys and game industry and e-commerce marketing, we're here to help. If you like a personalized breakdown of your brand, your opportunity, and your best next step, you can schedule a free consultation with us. Just visit toy-launch.com/schedule. If you want to connect with other toys and game founders, join our free communities, Toys and Game Launchpad at toy-launch.com/group. For more resource update and industry insight, visit us at any time at our website. Until next time, keep innovating, keep creating, keep bringing joys to toys. This is Jason Shea signing off on the Toy Business Unboxed podcast. We will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye now.
Okay, so
See ya.
let me see, stopping.